Hi and welcome to another Watch Geek video. In today's video, I'm gonna tell you how I buy watches from Japan, because if you follow my channel, I'm sure you have seen me unboxing packages from Japan very often. And these are usually vintage Seikos or G-Shocks or King Seikos, Orients and such. Now, when you buy vintage watches, you want to go as close to the source as possible, or in this case, Japan. The problem with Japan and Japanese online stores is that they do not deal with foreigners. So in order for you to buy something, you need to use something called a proxy service, which are companies in Japan specialized in buying items for you in Japan, having those items shipped to their warehouse, and then they repack it and ship it to you. Over the past 5 or 6 years, I can say that I've used pretty much all of them. But for the last 2 years, year and a half to 2 years, I've been using Zenmarket. And if you follow my channel, you will see me often giving praise to them because I really do find them to be the best service out there. And in today's video, I'm going to show you just how they work. Now, I will say that this video is sponsored by Zenmarket because they contacted me last week telling me if I would be willing to do this type of a video and they're going to compensate me for it. And I told them, but I've been praising you for free for a year or something. And I was planning on doing this video anyway, so despite them being sponsors of this video, this really is my honest opinion. So how does Zenmarket work, or any other? Oh, and just for your information, another competitor to Zenmarket offered me a compensation to do a video where I say I'm using them and not Zenmarket, and I had to turn that down because that simply isn't true. Okay, so why I chose Zenmarket? Well, there's a lot of reasons, but one of the reasons is that you can log in with your Google account or your Facebook account, meaning that you don't have to create a username and remember another password in your life. I simply log in with my Google account. And the second reason is that they have their own search engine, which is pretty cool. So everything you do on Zenmarket's page. You don't have to go to Rakuten, to Amazon, to Yahoo Auctions, to Yahoo Shopping, and then try to find the item and then go to your account at the proxy service. No, with Zenmarket, you do it on their page. You type into the search box, and then from a drop-down menu, you simply choose where you want them to search for the item. The third thing is the watch list. You can add any auction to a watch list, meaning that when you want to check it out after a few days, so you don't want to bid for an item, but you're interested in how the price is going to go, you can put it to your watch list, and then when you log in, you simply go to your watch list, and there's going to be all these, in my case, watches or items that I'm watching the price of. Also, if the item is on your watch list, you're going to get notified 15 minutes before the end of the auction that the auction is about to end. Now, once you've found the item that you want, they offer a real-time bidding, meaning that you can place a bid and it's like you're bidding on Yahoo Auctions directly. They will just put that bid instead of you. But because Japan is a pretty substantial time difference from where I live, a lot of these auctions end at like 2 or 3 a.m. And since I don't want to wake up in the middle of the night to, place a bid, you can place a sniper or delayed bid, where the system is going to place a bid 1 minute before the end of the auction instead of you. And since Japanese auctions work slightly different than what we're used to on eBay, you see there, whenever someone puts a bid, the auction gets extended for another 5 or 10 minutes. Not all auctions, but most of them. The system is just going to keep putting your bid 1 minute before the end until you're the highest bidder, if the amount is okay. Now, in order for you to place the bid, you need to have funds on your account. And you can add them through bank accounts, through bank transfers and all, but I use PayPal because it's the simplest. And they take 3.5% commission for PayPal transactions or any kind of transaction. However, because you're depositing the amount in Japanese yen, Zenmarket offers you any currency you want when you're depositing, not any, but they have like a dozen currencies that you can choose from when you're depositing your money. And the cool thing about that is if you have the PayPal set up the way I do, then my bank does the conversion for me, not PayPal, because if PayPal does it, you're going to get robbed. And I did a video of that. I'll probably put a link right here. But if you have the PayPal set up so that your bank does the conversion, when I'm depositing the funds onto the Zenmarket account, I simply made an Excel spreadsheet I put in the currency exchange rates for my bank for all those currencies that are offered on the Zen market. I put in how much yen I want to pay in, and I simply toggle from the drop-down menu US dollars, euros, British pounds, whatever they offer, and I get here the amounts in my own local currency, how much it's going to cost me. And trust me, if you do that, you can save quite a lot of money, because there are sometimes very big differences between depositing money in US dollars, paying those yen in US dollars, in euros, in British pounds, or whatever. So there, I pretty much get back those 3.5% and sometimes even make some money, if that makes sense. Now, another cool thing about Zen Market is that they offer credit. So I believe if you have five transactions over the year, they're going to give you a 5,000 yen credit, meaning that even if you don't have funds on your account, it's going to appear like you have 5,000. You can go below for 5,000. If you do, I believe, 10 or 15 transactions or more, they give you 20,000. And I'm currently at that 20,000 level. What that means is that if I miscalculated the amount that I want to spend on a watch, which is usually after you have a beer or two, and then you realize that you really do want that watch and you are willing to pay for another 5,000 yen or 10,000 yen, you have to go, you would normally have to go back to, add funds and then go through PayPal and sometimes the auction is going to end by the time you finish all that. But because they give me 20,000 yen credit, I can simply bid for as long as I have those 20,000. The third option, the final cool thing about Zen Market is that you can click for them to remove any receipts inside the package. So when the package arrives in their warehouse, they can open it up and take out the receipt. This is important for countries that have pretty stupid tax laws. Because in my country, if a customs officer finds a receipt inside, even if it's an old receipt from an old watch that used to cost I don't know how much, they're going to charge you for that. So I always have the receipt removed. And final thing that they can do, but this is something at your own risk, is you can change the declared value of the package. And I believe Zen Market is the only service that offers that. But like I said, I'm warning you, you do that at your own responsibility. And if your customs officers start to doubt or they think you're cheating, Zen Market is not going to back you up. They're going to say the truth, and they really warn you about that. But if you want to play like that, you can. So all these reasons actually make the Zen Market a really pleasant place to buy with. And not only that, I had an item where combined it would cost very much when it comes to taxes. However, if that item was to be separated in two parts that are shipped separately, they fall into a different category and the taxes would be much lower. So I emailed them, because I know they don't offer that service. I emailed them asking if they would be willing to separate the package and ship one now and the other in 2 weeks. And the start of their responding email was, "We don't really do that." And I was expecting to read, "So sorry we can't," but the rest of the email was, "So please be very specific what you want us to do with one part, what you want us to do with the second part." And I was really thrilled with that. So I put a detailed instruction on how to do it, and everything went smoothly. So if you plan on buying from Japan, especially vintage King Seikos, Grand Seikos, and G-Shocks, I highly recommend Zen Market. Anyways, I will be leaving a link to their page in the description. So if you manage to snag a good watch before me, I'll probably regret this video. Thank you for watching, and until the next video, bye.